What if the secure gold platform that you're trusting has a flaw that most investors never see coming? That's what I wanted to find out when I started using Goldavenue, a Swiss-based platform promising easy gold investing with zero storage fees. But when I spent months testing everything, just buying, storing, and even cashing out, I discovered some shocking truths that they don't advertise. Before I ever even trusted my money with Goldavenue, I spent hours combing through the user reviews, just looking through the good, the bad, and the flat-out negative, awful Goldavenue reviews. Because, let's be honest, you don't want to wake up one morning and see your order gone, or worse, locked up in a bureaucratic mess. One concerning Goldavenue review jumped out at me among, a range of different types of reviews. This investor explained that he had a problem with order and payment. Maybe he couldn't charge the currency in his cart after placing an order, which sounded stressful if you weren't paying attention to that kind of thing. But actually, Goldavenue replied pretty quickly to his complaint, basically saying to always double check the currency before hitting confirm, since once metals are bought, they can't go back and change it. And honestly, I guess that's fair. It's your cash, so make sure to verify you before you click. But once I read further into all this, a different story started to emerge from the pattern of reviews. So Goldavenue has a 4.6 out of 5-star rating. And in the gold space, that's pretty rare. Most platforms get hammered for poor service or shipping delays, and definitely will drop way below that. One user said the site was smooth, easy, and super fast. He felt confident placing orders and managing their portfolio solo. And another guy mentioned how comparing prices, picking out coins, and ordering was a breeze. Even after 5 years of using the platform, one user still described the service as super quick and reliable. So from all of this, from everything I've seen here, I think the negative experiences seem to be definitely the edge cases of all this. It might be caused by more so user error and not even outright platform failure, and there's definitely more positive reviews that outweigh that. So what does Goldavenue actually give you? Well, here's what stood out when I actually started testing the program myself. So first, their due diligence process. So yeah, it sounds boring, but hear me out. Basically, they ask you to share where your money's coming from and a rough estimate of your wealth. Why? Well, Swiss regulators demand it, and in the gold world, transparency is non-negotiable. Personally, I like knowing that they're not letting shady money flow through the system, and it gave me confidence that my gold is stored safely and by the book, everything by the rules. I don't want any shady business going on, so they're just making sure. Then there's the auto savings feature. I can't overstate how useful this was. If you want to stack gold and silver every month without even thinking about it, this is your friend. You set the amount, and it buys precious metals on autopilot, basically. So it reminded me of those stock drip plans, but with physical assets. As someone who constantly forgets to make transfers, I loved this one. Now about storage. Goldavenue lets you store up to around 10,000 Swiss francs worth of precious metals for free in their Swiss vaults, with insurance included. So if you're worried about keeping a safe at home or dealing with local bank boxes, this is a massive relief. Your metals are covered against theft, damage, or loss. I've used their storage myself, and it feels good knowing that you can sell those assets directly from the vault instantly with no added commissions either. So that makes it a lot easier. And speaking of flexibility, Goldavenue will deliver your metals to your doorstep if you ever want to take physical possession of it. Any of the deliveries are secure, they're insured, and they usually show up within just a few days if you live in Switzerland, or within about a week across Europe. It's basically a hybrid model, stored in the vault until you maybe want it in your hands. Then, if you want, they'll ship it quickly to you. If you ever want to cash out, their selling process is refreshingly easy too. I tested this myself. You can resell your stored metals straight from your account with zero commissions and get the cash wired back to your bank. Now that's huge. I've seen other big competitors like APMEX add steps, fees, or unnecessary phone calls just to get your metals liquidated, which feels pretty old school and kind of annoying for what we're able to do today. And If you want to buy in bigger amounts later, Goldavenue makes raising your purchasing limits super simple. You just verify your info through their secure 3-step process and you're good to go. So compared to Global Gold, where minimum investments or complex onboarding are pretty common, Goldavenue felt way more beginner friendly. Their website is clean, easy to navigate, and everything happens online without like a bunch of paperwork and physical processes. So compared to Global Gold and APMEX, what really makes Goldavenue stand out is how transparent and modern the platform feels. They don't like hit you with surprise storage fees for small accounts, and you can see clear buy and sell prices up front. In my experience, all this gives you an edge because you know your spreads instantly, you're able to navigate more simply without any extra fees, and these are things that most competitors don't always lay out clearly or offer. Also, the integrated ecosystem, buy, store, sell, deliver, is just cleaner and easier than bouncing between separate services. So, is Goldavenue legit? Well, from months of using them, my simple answer is yes. But is it perfect? Well, not quite. One thing that takes a bit of adjusting to is the due diligence process. At first, it felt a little intrusive, like sharing personal financial info, but after using the platform, I realized that they're just following the Swiss rules to protect everyone's money, mine included. So while it might feel like a hassle, I'd rather have a legit check in place than wonder who I'm buying metals from. If you think about it, that's a good trade-off for the security you're getting. As for pricing as well, Goldavenue is what I'd call reasonably priced for serious investors, but maybe a bit high if you're a total beginner with only a tiny stake. Still, for the storage security, the buy-sell simplicity, and the Swiss-level privacy you're getting, I feel like it's worth every penny. Their pricing is transparent, no mystery fees lurking in fine print, and they offer promotions that can sweeten the deal pretty often. So just check the link in the description down below for the most up-to-date pricing, promos, or any current discounts that they have going on. If you've been burned by high-fee, hard-to-use gold sellers, I get it, I've been there. Goldavenue felt like, to me, just a breath of fresh air. But what really won me over as well was the auto savings feature. I didn't think I'd use it, but now it's my favorite part of the platform. Check the link in the description of this video to get started with their current discount and promo.